I'm playing franchise today, so if y'all want to see more franchise videos, definitely let me know by dropping a like on the video. Maybe in the comment section, let me know some other types of videos you want to see within franchise modes. I don't think I would say this is necessarily a rebuild that I'm doing today, but I'm seeing if I can win a World Series with the White Sox in my first season in 2024. I don't know if I would call it a rebuild like I said, but we're playing some franchise, starting new. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that loading rosters with injuries starts your season from the day one injuries, like before opening day. It's not the up-to-date injuries. It's not, today's May 2nd, 2024. You wouldn't have those rosters with those injuries. It would be the roster with injuries from opening day. Is that wrong? Is that right? I think we're going to load roster. I think we are going to load the rosters with injuries and see for ourselves. And we're going to be the White Sox. They are literally the 30th ranked team. They are literally the worst ranked team here in MLB 24. And I'm somehow going to see if I can try to win a World Series with them in the first year. I'm not going to have any fantasy draft. I'm not really going to mess with these settings. I'm not ignoring the budgets. I'm not going to do anything like that. We're just going to keep this stuff where it is. Now in the comment section, in addition to maybe something you would want to see like rebuilds, what have you, from franchise mode, maybe even custom rosters, legend rosters, you name it. I would love to see any ideas that y'all might want to see. But when it comes to rebuilds or just franchise videos, if you're watching somebody play franchise here in MLB The Show, do you like seeing all of these tasks set to manual, or would you rather have them on auto, some on manual? Like, how do you like these settings when it comes to rebuilds, when it comes to franchise series on YouTube? Because I personally don't really know how to scout. I don't know how to do a lot of the stuff in franchise. I usually just have all this stuff set to auto, but I'm not sure if that makes for the best franchise videos, best rebuild videos, if I were to have everything set on auto. I think what I'm going to do is have this first task, the lineups and the injury management, set to manual, but then everything else set to auto. But I think I can still make trades. I think I could still hire and fire staff if I wanted, but this also makes it so the computer might be doing that type of stuff without me doing it. But here we go. We're going to start this franchise. I don't plan to play any games. I think I'm probably just going to be simulating the entire season. I want to win the World Series that way. Just have it be off of roster moves that I make. We're going to be doing the regular season. And I think my first step is going to be changing the roster around a little bit. So I see Chris Flexen. I'm going to move him down to AAA. And then I'm going to move Jairo Iriarte to AAA. Okay, and then I'm going to move Eric Fettuccini down to AAA. So we're moving those guys. I don't know if it's going to impact it because they're on waivers. I probably should have been reading what that said. But now I want to move Jake Woodford to the MLB. We got to add him to the 40-man roster first. And, oh, man, maybe can I move him? Yeah, so remove from 40-man roster. I might have messed up already. Okay, so let me remove this dude from the 40-man roster. I want my highest overalls to be in the MLB. So let's add Jake Woodford to the 40-man roster. And then let's move him up to the MLB. That's going to be good. Maybe he'll turn into our ace. Let's see if there's any other starters that we want to move. No, there's not right now. I'm going to remove Braden Shoemake from the 40-man roster. And I added Colson Montgomery to the 40-man roster. We're going to move him to the MLB. I like that move. I want to go ahead and take a look at the free agents, see if there's anybody I think could help the team. Just looking at the starting pitchers, I think Jordan Montgomery could help this team. And he's looking for, I think, a longer-term deal. We can see 5 years here. If I move it down to 1, I'm going to have to pay him a lot more money. And this will be $8.7 million a year. Let's see if we can keep the interest in the green, but just keep moving this down. We want to try to spend as little money as possible. I'm going to offer him $41.7 million for 5 years and see if he accepts that. My roster is currently full. Oh man, I am definitely out of my element when it comes to franchise. And I'm gonna remove these bottom 4 dudes in my roster from the 40-man roster just so that I can have some room to sign some free agents and hopefully get some players that could help us win a World Series here in this first year. So I just took 40 guys off the 40-man. I'm hoping that allows me to sign some free agents now. So let's try to sign Jordan Montgomery. My roster's currently full. So do I literally need to have, I need to release somebody? So can I just release like my worst 4 players? I might have to pay him some money, but you know, 45,000 right here. That's not too bad. I don't think we're gonna. Oh, and then if they're on waivers, so yeah, I definitely messed up this a little bit, but like these guys got D potential. I'm not too worried. This is a 1-year type of thing. This is not a dynasty. Oh, I do not want to move that guy to I don't want to move that guy to the MLB. Nope. So we just released some players. Now it's time to sign some free agents. So just looking at the starting pitchers, I know this is a 1-year thing, but I don't want to overpay for Jordan Montgomery. So we're going to do this 5-year deal. Increase the salary. Okay, we'll just 42.5. 43 mil. The length is about right. The salary's too low. All right, 43.5 mil over 5 years. We got Jordan Montgomery. That's going to be a huge boost to this team. And I think I might need one more MLB starter. So we're going to try to grab Michael Lorenzen. Let's try 21.1 million over 5. Okay, yeah. So let's just do 22 mil for him. There we go. He decided to accept our offer. We got Jordan Montgomery. We got Michael Lorenzen. The rotation's already looking way better. And I do not like the look of my relievers. What about closers? We got John Brebbia, but I think we need to sign a couple guys in the free agent list. I definitely want Jose right here. And we'll just go ahead and do this default offer. Let's see. Jimmy Nelson's not looking too bad. I'm liking the look of Jimmy Nelson. We'll try to grab him here. And I think I might need to go release some more players. We'll see if they let me sign the lefty. I do think we need a lefty. Aaron Loop. Yeah, roster's currently full. This might be a dumb way to do this. But let me see if I can just release the player through here and see if it lets me sign Aaron Loop now. Okay, it does. So we're learning as we go for franchise. Again, I'm definitely not knowledgeable about franchise modes, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. I think I don't want John Brebbia, so 4.1 million. Oh, they're paying John Brebbia 4.1 million? Let's go ahead and release Matt Foster, and Brad Hand will hopefully be my new MLB closer. I really hope that the budget is not going to be an issue. And I kind of feel like we need a DH. Let's see if it's possible for us to get JD Martinez. His interest is pretty low right here. I think he wants to go to a contender, but he doesn't know yet that the White Sox are the 2024 World Series champions. And it's looking like we still have a little bit of a surplus, so I'm just going to try to see his energy in the green. Oh, he accepted that. Okay. I actually don't even know what we gave JD Martinez, but he's here. He's currently in AA, and his contract, we gave him 9.9 million each year for the AAV. Looks like a 2-year contract, so about 20 million for 2 years for hopefully our DH. We need to get him out of AA first. And maybe I'm crazy, but I think the White Sox might have signed Tommy Pham in real life. I could be wrong on that, but I'm actually going to try to sign Tommy Pham as well. All right, so let's give him 9.1. He thinks he's worth more than that. I would agree. I think Tommy Pham could do great for us, and we got him on the team. So already, I think we're looking way better. So I just removed some guys from the 40-man roster because I really need to try to figure out how to get the other players to the MLB. And we're just looking through who we have here. JD Martinez, yeah, we want to move him up to the MLB. And he's not on the 40-man roster. Okay, so let's add him to the 40-man roster. Yes, sir. Let's add Tommy Pham to the 40-man roster, and then let's move them both to the MLB. We're probably going to have to end up sending some guys down. I think our active roster is a little bit too full, but Tommy Pham and JD Martinez, welcome to the Major League Ball Club. We got Paul DeYoung and Colson Montgomery up here. That's exactly what we want. Mike Moustakas, I think, could be good having him on the team. So let's see if we can move him to the MLB as well. Forgot we need to add him to the 40-man roster. Let's do that. I think his veteran presence will help the ball club. That should be good for us there. First base, I'll be fine with Andrew Vaughn. At catcher, it's good to have a backup. So Max Stassi for now is going to be my starting catcher. And let's see, closing pitchers, Brad Hand, John Brebbia, both in the MLB. Awesome. Let's see if we can make room. So Jesse Chavez, add him to the 40-man roster, move him to the MLB. I'm not sure how many spots we have left. We have 4 over the active roster amounts. Let's scroll down here. I don't want Davey Garcia in the MLB. Let's move him to AAA. Oh, he's on outright waivers. I can't do that just yet. So let me see if I can move Joe Barlow to the 40-man roster to the MLB. Let's do that here. Move him to the MLB. We're at 31 out of 26 active for the MLB squad. It looks like we're going to have to change things around a little bit. But let me go to now the MLB roster, and I don't think so. So this is going to be the same thing. Move to triple A. Yeah, he's on outright waivers. Let's see if we can just move some guys to triple A. And I don't think we want Zach right here right now. Let's do that. Move him to triple A. We got 1, 2, 3 guys that are on waivers plus Chris Flexen. So I think after the CPU does their thing, the roster should look a little bit different. So let's go to the calendar. We still have a few days to go before opening day. Let's just sim to next Monday and kind of see where things are at. See if maybe the roster has been fixed. So yeah, it looks like it's fixed. Let's go through the positions. Mike Soroka instead of Brad Keller. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, the controls there for Soroka, but I do like the look of our first 4 guys. I like having Jordan Montgomery on this team. I'm liking the look of the bullpen. It's actually not looking too bad. We got Brad Hand as well. He's probably going to be my go-to closer. Let's see the other positions. We want to make sure Tommy Pham. So they sent Mike Moustakas back down. I guess we'll have to deal with that. JD Martinez, Tommy Pham, both in the MLB. We like that they're on the squad there. Kevin Pillar's down in AAA. Okay, so I'm liking the look of the team. I think it's looking pretty solid right now. My only concern with having my settings on auto is, what if I want JD Martinez as my DH? Is the CPU just going to be changing this? Because I would rather have JD Martinez than Eloy Jimenez as my DH here. And this is the lineup that I want versus a lefty. But I just don't know if it's going to save this because I have my lineup set to auto. I wonder if there's a way for me to keep other things on auto but set the lineups to manual. And this would be my lineup, I guess, versus right-handed pitching. So in the mode-specific settings, I guess I do have the lineups on manual. So I do like that. I'm going to have to sim a couple days, though, and just to make sure that it actually keeps it how I want it. I'm probably going to set the drafting to auto. I don't even know if we'll look at the draft this season since this is just a 1-year thing. So we have arrived to opening day. Let me check my lineups one more time. And it's looking like, if I'm not stupid, it's looking like everything is how I want it to be. And I'm really curious to see how these lineups do. I'm curious to see how our rotation does. Let me check the pitching rotation and just make sure it's actually where I would want it. We got Garrett Crochet. Yeah, Jordan Montgomery's in the bullpen right now, so we definitely need to be changing this before opening day. And I think this will be my rotation. We had some relievers in there. I'm glad I actually looked at that. So Jordan Montgomery's my ace. We got Garrett Crochet, Michael Lorenzen, Jake Woodford, and Mike Soroka. And already we've gone from the 30th ranked team. Now we are the 24th ranked team. I do want to make some trades, but I also just want to simulate a little bit and see how things go. So let's just maybe go through the first series. Probably won't make a trade after that, but we're going to auto-fix the AAA lineup for sure. Yeah, just auto-fix the AAA lineup. And we are 0-3. We lost by 1 run in each game to the Tigers. I don't like to see that. That is really not what we were hoping to see. Now we got to go and play the Braves. This might be harder than I thought it would be. So I'm going to just sim the series through the Braves and the Royals. And honestly, finish that road trip. Simulate the one with the Guardians as well. The Angels acquired Justin Steele from the Cubs for Zach Neto and Adam Simber. That's sick. And we got our first wins. But we're 2-11. So the changes that I made, they didn't seem to do that well. Lost by 1 in our first 4 games, then by 3, then by 2, then by 2, by 7, but by 1, by 2, by 3. So we're not losing by a ton for most of the games. And my first trade is going to be Mike Soroka and Sammy Peralta to the Rays for Zach Eflin. So we're bumping up our rotation a little bit, grabbing an 83 overall. Soroka's only a 70. I feel like what we really need to focus on first is some pitching. We need to stop giving up runs. So there's our first trade. We now have Zach Eflin. Next up, we're grabbing Max Fried from the Braves for Jake Woodford, one of our starting pitchers, and then Michael Kopech, Jacob Gonzalez, and they're down in the minors right now. So we're just going to trade them away to try to boost that MLB squad for the 2024 season. And then to finalize the rotation, I think we're going to get Justin Steele from the Angels, trading away Michael Lorenzen as well as Alex Spias and Ryan Galaney. And hopefully now we have a solid rotation. Let's go ahead and check it on our roster. Let's go to the pitching rotation and see what everything's looking like. And for now, we might move things around a little bit, but now we got Zach Eflin, Justin Steele, Jordan Montgomery, Max Fried, and Garrett Crochet as my 5-man rotation. So that's 13 games. We're 2-11. Let's sim about 13 more games and kind of see where we're at. Tommy Pham just fractured his shin. No, that's not something we need, man. Out 2 to 3 months. We got to put him on the 60-day IL. I can't believe that just happened. No, that's one of my big pickups. Colton Montgomery, just Colson. I keep saying Colton, but he strained his calf. We'll just keep him active for now. We just won 3 games in a row, though, so that's good. We just swept the Royals. It looks like we're maybe winning. Andrew Benintendi tears a ligament in his finger. 60-day IL for him now. Oh, no. We've had some injuries, but we were 2-11 to start the year. Since then, we are 9-5, so things are already looking better, and we're 6 games below 500. Let's just go ahead and try to sim about 12 games. Let's sim through this series with the Rays and just see where we're at. See if in our next 12 we can maybe get to 500. We got to win some games. We swept the Rays. I think we might have swept the Twins. 18-20 now. So, yeah, we swept the Rays. We swept the Twins. St. Louis, they took 2 or 3 from us. Tampa Bay took 2 or 3 from us, but 18-20, we're not in a bad spot. We're only 5.5 back in the Central. And I'm pretty happy with where we are at here in May. It's going to depend once May is over how the team's doing. I definitely think we need to make some trades. Zach Remoulade sustained a knee injury, some inflammation. Let's keep him active. And yeah, so he's doing fine. Corey Lee broke his hand. That's a AA injury. We'll put him on the 60-day IL. Kevin Pillar tore his hamstring. Wow. 1 to 2 months. Well, let's probably put him on the 60-day IL. I think that's going to be the move for that. Auto fix my AAA rotation. Mike Moustakas has some forearm tightness. We'll keep him active. Auto fix those lineups. Mike Moustakas no longer injured. Man, there's a lot of pop-ups. Shane Drohan is eligible to be reinstated. He's still going to be injured for another 1 to 2 months. Keep him on the 60-day IL, I guess. And let's see where we are at the end of May. I just saw in the top left, we're 27-26. If we could be above 500, that'd be perfect. That would be great for us. Max Fried bruised his arm. I'm glad it's not worse than that. And 31-28 after the month of May. This is already going pretty good. The Brewers 24-34 on the season. We just beat them 6-0 to end the month of May. In the division, 3.5 back of the Twins. So things are looking decent for us right now. And Jesse Chavez out of the bullpen, 7.96 ERA in 26 innings. I'm going to remove him from the 40-man roster. I'm going to move him to AAA. We can't do that yet. So Steven Wilson, we need to move him to the MLB. Yeah. I don't want Jesse Chavez on the team. I need Steven Wilson to take his place. Andrew Vaughn is batting 180 on the season. I gotta think that we should probably try just getting Brandon Belt here. I think that could be a good move for us. Let's try to up his interest a little bit, get into the green. And we just got Brandon Belts. I think we might try to have it kind of be like a righty-lefty split. Andrew Vaughn versus lefties, Brandon Belt versus righties. Maybe something similar with Jonathan Scope because Nicky Lopez, a 199 average. He's not really doing too good. Let's try to keep the interest in the green. 6.9 million for Jonathan Scope there. We'll try to get him on the MLB team. I moved the lineups around a little bit more, kind of mixed and matched and everything like that. Andrew Vaughn, definitely not playing him versus righties. I took Paul DeYoung out of both lineups just because he's not having a great season. So we're trying Jonathan Scope as my shortstop. And 31-28 after the first couple months of the season. I guess we could just sim the entire month of June. Just get ourselves all the way to July and see how this goes. The White Sox do not have 2 valid lineups. Okay, so I kind of want to make sure I have those set how I want them. I could have sworn I just changed this, but maybe not. I think the game sent Jonathan Scope. My auto roster sent Jonathan Scope down to AAA, so we're just going to keep Paul DeYoung as the shortstop, I guess. Hopefully things go our way. 2 wins to start the month of May. Cubs swept us, it looks like, in a 2-game series. We just need the team to do good, but I haven't made any trades for position players yet. Tommy Pham's back. Oh, wait, he's still going to be injured a few days. No, we're activating him, yeah. Tommy Pham has been activated, placed on the bench, so I probably need to put him back in the lineup. Okay, so auto-utilize, let's do that, but I want to stop the simulating and make sure that Tommy Pham is in the lineup. And so, yeah, Tommy Pham left field, awesome. That's exactly what we needed there. And let's just keep simulating the rest of the month. 37 and 36. We got to win a few more games. We want to be above 500. We don't want to be right around it. We want to be a few games above it. Jimmy Nelson, keep him active. He's only out for a few days. And Tommy Pham's injured again? He was back for what, 2 days? Oh, I'm going to just auto-utilize. I assume it's going to put him on the 60-day IL, 1 to 2 months. I can't believe he just got injured again. Oscar Colas, out for 2 to 3 months. Wow. Auto-fix my lineups for me, I guess. Jimmy Nelson, no longer injured. Benintendi, going to be injured for a few more weeks. We'll keep that auto, see what happens. I don't care about the Southern League right now. Lane Ramsey, AA, tore his rotator cuff. Man, a lot of injuries going on this season. Cespedes put him on the 60-day IL. I just saw we lost a game to the Rockies. Auto-fix my lineups there. Tommy Pham still going to be injured 3 to 4 weeks. I guess just keep him on the 10-day IL. I'm not really sure the best way to go about that. Chris Flexen bruised his arm. We beat the Rockies in a couple games. Benintendi's no longer injured. Chris Flexen no longer injured. And we are 46 and 40 after June. In the standings, 9.5 back of the Twins. So it looks like we have some work to do to start catching up to the Twins. I kind of want to see the standings for the wild card. We are in first for the wild card by half a game, or maybe even a little bit more, but we are in first. Right now, we do have a playoff spot, which is pretty sick. And if we look right here, some of the positions were good, others we're not so good at. We kind of need really everything except left, center, and starting pitching. So we might need to trade for some position players. We might need to try to bump that bullpen up a little bit. And I'm going to trade Dominic Fletcher and Tyler Neslony for Anthony Santander. We just hopefully got our starting permanent right fielder for the 2024 season. And as much as it pains me to do, I'm trading away Yohan Moncada. That gets us a little bit of our budget back. We can maybe trade for a higher end player at another position. I'm thinking maybe the bullpen. Mike Moustakas just taking up cap space in AAA. Jared Kelly, I would love to keep him. He's doing great in the minors this year, but we get Jake Berger. He's a little bit cold, 229 average. His OPS is only 731, but I mean, it's above 700, and that's an 83 overall third baseman for us. So there's another trade. We got a new third baseman. And now we're looking at a new third baseman. Say bye-bye to Nicky Lopez. Hello to Brandon Drury. We're saying bye to Brooks Baldwin and Tim Elko. And we just got a new second baseman. If there's anyone from the White Sox organization watching this video, this is how you fix your season. You just make these totally realistic trades. And I might have to change things around a little bit, but we're saying bye to Paul DeYoung, Danny Mendick, and then Andrew Benintendi in that big contract. We're getting Trey Turner in his pretty big contract, but I like that 91 overall shortstop. I think that's going to be a good move for us here. And I might regret this trade, but Max Stassi, Edgar Carrero, and Adam Hackenberg are gone, and we're welcoming Danny Jansen, who's doing pretty solid at catcher. I mean, a 773 OPS, 82 overall. He's hot right now, so we just got ourselves a new catcher. We're really cleaning house. We're changing the look of this entire team to try to win the World Series. And my bullpen needs help, so I'm trading away Joe Barlow, Bailey Horn, and Sean Burke for Cano from the Orioles. Try to get a good righty in the pen because we definitely need some bullpen help. We're saying bye to Steven Wilson and Jared Schuster, just trying to get a good lefty in the pen. I know it's Jojo Romero. He's not insane, but I'll take a 75. That's really better than anything we had. And then Jesse Chavez, he's 40 years old, 7 ERA. We're getting rid of him. John Brebbia, and we're getting Jordan Romano, hopefully my new closer. And the team is looking way better already. I'm gonna have to see what the lineups and everything are looking like. I think we're probably just gonna go through the All-Star game and kind of see where things are at that point. Auto fix everything, have the CPU just do it for me. Aaron Loop pulled a leg muscle. We keep him active. It doesn't look like it's too bad. And just see where things are at. So Aaron Loop no longer injured. Corey Lee injured for 1 to 2 weeks. Pilar is no longer injured. Fixing the AAA lineup. We don't care about the futures game this season. I think I'm just going to simulate the draft this season. Hopefully we got some good picks though, and could have a long, good future. For the White Sox, we're not going to participate in the Home Run Derby. We're not going to participate in the All-Star game. And the NL has defeated the AL. That's kind of sad since we're the White Sox, but we're through the All-Star break. 54 and 44. 6.5 back in the Central. Checking out the wild card. We're right now in that number 2 spot. We are behind another division team, though. We're behind the Royals. What scares me is my team is 30th in defense. I wonder if at the end of the season there's a way to see, you know, how many errors we had, or if ounce above average, if there's anything like that. And I guess let's simulate to about the trade deadline. See if we'll make any other trades. See if any other teams want to trade with us. The Padres just made a trade with us. Kyle Higashioka for Kevin Pillar and Corey Lee. I just realized I have trades set to auto. I hope they don't trade away somebody that I really want the team to keep. I don't think I really cared too much about that move. I think it should be fine. Max Fried just got injured. He fractured his forearm. Wow, that's crazy. We cannot catch a break this season. Tommy Pham's finally no longer injured. I actually kind of forgot about him. Today is the trade deadline. We're 60 and 50, 9.5 back in the Central, and currently in that second wild card spot still. And I think we really need a new first baseman. I think that's kind of the last big move. Brandon Belt, Andrew Vaughn saying bye to them, and we're picking up Yandy Diaz, a 315 average on the season, 935 OPS. I think that's really going to help our offense. And I think we're good at the trade deadline. I'm kind of scared because we can't make any more trades. Our pitching definitely scares me a little bit, especially with Max Fried's injury, but let's simulate all the way through August. The trade deadline is going to be over, and let's see how everything goes. We just split with the Twins 1-1. We got one more game in the series. Max Fried's still going to be injured 1 to 2 months. Hopefully back for the playoffs. Let's keep him on the 15-day IL. Robert strained a tricep. He should be good. Keep him active, and that's good. We're on a little bit of a win streak now. We'll keep Kai Bush active. We need to sweep the A's here. And Eloy Jimenez tears his hamstring. Oh, this is, you know, a season that's been filled with injuries for us. Robert's no longer injured. That's nice to see. Have the CPU kind of do their thing for that. And there's been a lot of pop-ups. I think a rebuild would take me a really long time if I had to do everything on my own. Justin Steele no longer injured. Eloy Jimenez still going to be injured another 1 to 2 months. We'll keep doing him on the 10-day IL. Oscar Colas is not injured anymore. I actually could have used him as a trade piece, but now the trade deadline's over. He's down in the minors, so that's fine right there. We didn't get swept by the Giants, which is good. Fixed my rotation in AAA. Auto-utilize this. And we're probably going to sim series by series. In the final months of the season, Lane Ramsey out 5 to 6 months. Martin Maldonado is going to be out for the rest of the season. Cespedes is still going to be out for the rest of the season. The Rangers just beat us in 3 of 4. I really hope we're still in a playoff spot after this month is over, because we decided to simulate the whole month. 74 and 63. We're not winning the Central. The Twins are just running away with it, but let's go ahead and check the wild card. We're tied with our division rival, the Royals, for that number 1 wild card spot. So that's a good thing. That's something nice to see. Let's kind of go through. So we're just going to sim the series against the Orioles. We took that one from the Mets right there. I think we might have swept them, actually. Jonathan Scope just dislocated his ankle. Our team can just not stay healthy. Martin Maldonado, he's going to still be down in AAA, but he's still injured. We took 2 of 3 from the Orioles. Let's see. Let's try to take 3 of 3 from the Red Sox right here. And we just got swept. Oh, we don't want to be getting swept here. Guardians, 19 back. We're 13.5 back. This is a series that I really need to at least win the series here. We took the first one. Max Fried no longer injured. Let's go. So we took 2 of 3 from the Guardians. That's a good sign. Athletics are 50 and 96. This is a series that we need to sweep. We lost the first game. We won the second game, and we won the third game. So that's good. 81 and 69. I want to check up on the playoff spots. Twins already pretty much clinched the division. I know they did clinch the division. Yeah, they actually did. We're still in the wild card spot. We got a 2-game lead. So as long as I'm not losing, you know, 2 games in a row. So let's just sim our next 2 games, kind of see how that goes. We just lost 2 in a row. Oh, no. Oh, no. We still have a 1-game lead in that wild card spot, it looks like. Let's sim this final game against the A's. We got swept. This is not good. Oh, man. We really need to win some games against the Padres. They're 64 and 89. We're on a losing streak. That's a big win for us. 10-3. We need to win the final game of the series, and we do. The Knights did not make the playoffs. Our AA team did. That's awesome. And we only have 2 series left in the season versus the Angels and versus the Tigers. The Tigers, one of the worst teams in baseball in my franchise right now. They're the worst in the division. We're at the moment in the lead for that wild card spot. The Angels looks like they've been eliminated from postseason contention. This should be an easy way for us to make the postseason. A series versus the Angels and a series versus the Tigers. And we took 1 of 3 from the Angels. Let's check one more time where we're at before the postseason. Wild card. Only a 1-game lead for the Royals and Blue Jays. So right now we're in a pretty good spot. As long as we don't lose the first and second game of this series, I think we're good. Okay, we won the first game. Let's go ahead and sim this one. The AA team is advancing. We won the second one, so we should have a playoff spot. If I'm not mistaken, we should be guaranteed a playoff spot. And the wild card, it looks like it's going to be that number 2 spot. Kind of comes down to what happens in that final game of the season. Let's try to finish off the sweep, end on a 4-game winning streak, have some momentum going into the postseason, and we do. So we have finished the regular season at 87-75, made the postseason as a wild card team, and we're facing the Rangers in the first round of the postseason. So it looks like we're facing the Rangers to see who plays the Twins. The Orioles and Rangers are playing to see who plays the Astros. Then up in the National League, it's going to be Diamondbacks and Phillies to see who plays the Braves. Cubs and Marlins to see who plays the Dodgers. Taking a look at the standings one more time. The Twins just dominated in the Central. We had the same record as the White Sox. Pretty good season. I'm happy that we at least made the playoffs. That's good to see. I just real quick want to check the league leaders. So we had Trey Turner leading in doubles and stolen bases. And it doesn't look like anything else. Corey Seager batting average for the AL. Ronald Acuna Jr. for the National League. The home runs, Jordan at 47. Christian Walker, a 50 homer season for him. And Austin Riley, Jordan led in RBIs. Taking a look at some of the awards, I don't think anybody on my team won any of them, but Jordan Alvarez, MVP in the AL, Christian Walker in the NL here. Cy Young goes to Joe Ryan, as well as Logan Webb for the Giants. Corey Seager, Ronald Acuna Jr. got themselves batting titles. Leclerc and Alvarado, the relievers of the year. We had a second place finish in Jordan Romano, 41 saves for him on the year. Colt Keith and Jackson Rutledge won the Rookies of the Year. Hank Aaron Award goes to Jordan Alvarez and Ronald Acuna Jr. And the only award won by a White Sox player for this season was JD Martinez, the Silver Slugger for the DH, which went to Nolan Gorman in the National League. And let's see how this first game goes. It's going to be Justin Steele versus Jacob deGrom. The whole goal for this season was to try to win a World Series. We got to win this wild card series first. And we lose 6-1. So literally now it looks like it is win or go home. Zach Eflin versus Nathan Eovaldi. And it comes down to the final game. Okay, Max Fried versus John Gray. I want to, I think, manage this game. So go through. I don't want to necessarily simulate it, but I also don't want to really control either team. So let me try to quick manage the game. I think that is exactly what I want to do, is the quick manage. Right here, I'm obviously going to be controlling the White Sox. We're playing in Globe Life Field. Let's try to make it to the division series. Do we want Max Fried or Jordan Montgomery? I think we do want Max Fried. Garrett Crochet, though, had a great season. And looking at his stuff, oh, man. I kind of want to go Garrett Crochet here. I mean, they're both lefties. I just realized 4 of my 5 starters are lefties. Let's go ahead and let's do Max Fried, 81 stamina too. I'm going to do Max Fried here. We're facing John Gray. Do I want to keep the lineup where it's at, or do I want to try to get some lefties or some good lefty matchups in here? I think the lineup will be good where it's at. We've made it this far into the season, and I guess, yeah, I don't think I'm going to bunt or pinch hit, so I guess swing away. He flew out. Single for JD Martinez. Anthony Santander coming up. I'm not going to do a hit and run or anything like that. 2-run homer for Santander. We have a lead. Oh, that's beautiful to see. Robert pops out. Yandy Diaz flies out, but we already have a lead. All right, Max Fried, let's just keep going. Let's see what happens if I just pitch. Ground out, single to Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia. Oh, man. I think I'm going to pitch around Adolis Garcia. He pops up and we get out of the inning. 2-0 after 1. That's huge. A single to lead off for Danny Jansen. Tommy Pham strikes out. I don't think he's wearing his glasses today. Brandon Drury draws a walk. Jake Burger strikes out. Trey Turner, I need you to be clutch. 2 runs scored. Trey Turner and 2 RBI triple. 4-0 for us. Oh, this is going pretty good so far. We fly out to end the inning. Let's just pitch to Josh Young. We walk him. I need Jonah Heim to try to ground into a double play. He flies out. Marcus Semien walks. Nate Lowe. Oh, RBI single. We get Justin Foscue to fly out. Leotis Taveras strikes out. They scored a run, but we still got a lead. Santander homered in his last debut. Grounds out this time. We fly out. Strikeout 1-2-3 inning. And let's just keep pitching. Single, double play. Strikeout after 3. We've got a lead still. Danny Jansen grounds out. Tommy Pham strikes out. Oh, man. Not doing too good for Tommy Pham today. Brandon Drury strikes out. Okay. So we strike out Josh Young. Jonah Heim hits a solo homer, making it 4-2. We walk Marcus Semien. Nate Lowe with the single. Justin Foscue pops up. Leotis Taveras. 2 on, 2 down. And he grounds out. Okay, that's big for us right there. I'm not sure if the game will automatically bring in a new pitcher for me. Jake Burger not doing too hot in the postseason. But he hits a solo homer. A big insurance run out of the 9 spot for us. Trey Turner with the single. JD Martinez flies out. Santander singles. I'm calling a Luis Robert 3-run homer. Pitching change. Ooh. Dane Dunning comes into pitch. I'm keeping Luis in this ball game, and he drives him in an RBI single, 6-2. Yandy Diaz, we picked you up for a reason, and that's so you can do things like draw a walk. Now Danny Jansen, he's 4 for 10, 1 RBI to start the postseason. We've got the bases loaded, only 1 out, and he has a 2 RBI single. It's 8-2. It looks like we might be moving on to the division series. Tommy Pham just had a single, but the runner got thrown out at home. We got 2 outs, 2 on. And Brandon Drury with a 2 RBI double. 10-2, a 6-run. 5th inning for us. They make a pitching change. They're bringing in Max Scherzer out of the bullpen, and Jake Burger greets him with an RBI single. This has been a big inning, a 7-run inning for us. And Trey Turner grounds into a fielder's choice to finish it off, but not before 7 runs come across to score. Max Fried's dealing. He walks somebody, gets a double play. 5 pretty solid innings for him. Still facing Max Scherzer. JD Martinez leads off with a single. Santander pops out. Robert strikes out. Yandy Diaz has an RBI double, followed by a Danny Jansen walk. And then it looked like somebody flew out to end the inning. So Max Fried, I don't know when I should make a pitching change. I don't think I can see his pitch count right now. Let's just see how he does to start. There's a fly out, to strike out, to single, and a ground out. So I'm glad we left him in. They're leaving in Max Scherzer, Brandon Drury with a leadoff single. Jake Burger grounds into a double play, a Mick double play for Jake Burger. And then Trey Turner have a game, 3 for 5 now after a solo home run. JD Martinez flies out. I'm going to give Max Fried somebody in scoring position. Fly out, ground out, pop up, 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 7th. Probably go to the bullpen after that. Santander, leadoff double versus Scherzer. Robert grounds out. Yandy Diaz draws a walk. They bring in Josh Sabors, and Danny Jansen grounds out to advance the runners. And Tommy Pham flies out to end the inning. Let's give Max Fried, he still has some green energy. Let's give him 1 base runner. Fly out, fly out, fly out. Oh, he could go for the complete game. With an 11-run lead, I'd be okay with that. Brandon Drury fly out, Jake Burger pop up, Trey Turner ground outs. Let's keep him in. Pop up, strikeouts, ground outs, and we have won the game. The White Sox beat the Rangers, and we advance to the American League Division Series to face the Twins. Now, that kind of took a little while. I think the only way I'm going to manage games like that is if it's in an elimination game, right? So if it's in a game 5 of this series, Jordan Montgomery versus Pablo Lopez, And our AA team got defeated. That's okay. We're all about the White Sox now. We take game 1, 8-5. Garrett Crochet versus Chris Paddock. And we take game 2, 5-1. And now we are at home playing for a clinch to go to the championship series. Justin Steele did not have a great first start versus the Rangers. He took the L in that game. He's facing Joe Ryan. And it's a sweep. The White Sox will be taking on the Astros in the AL Championship Series. After a 13-4 win over the Twins. I'm a twin. I have a twin brother. So it's not go Twins unless you're talking about actual twins. And right now it's go White Sox facing the Astros in the ALCS. Taking a look at the other half of the postseason bracket. So the Astros just swept the Orioles. That's a little bit scary for me, but we did sweep the Twins. The Diamondbacks beat the Phillies, but then got beat by the Braves. The Marlins beat the Cubs, but then got beat by the Dodgers, who are winning 1-0 in that series over the Braves. It's Zach Eflin, who had, it looks like a complete game shutout. I might be reading that wrong, but 9 innings, no runs allowed. He's facing Framber Valdez, and we lose the first game. 2-1. No offense. It looks like a pitching duel in that game. We're in Houston. Max Fried versus Luis Garcia, and we lose game 2. Down 2-0 in the series versus the Astros. Christian Javier, 1.04 ERA in the postseason. Jordan Montgomery's not been doing too great. And we're going to have to complete the reverse sweep to win this series. Down 3-0, Crochet versus McCullers. And we won a game against Verlander. Valdez versus Steele. And we won 14-1. It's not over yet. Oh, if we could actually win this game. Oh my goodness. I really actually want to go to a game 7 now. I really want to make the World Series. And we did! From 3-0 to 3-3. And who other than Max Fried, who won that wild card game for us? I guess we're going to manage another game. A game 7 of the ALCS to see who goes against the Braves in the World Series. I actually can't believe we've made it this far, especially after going down 3-0. So let's go ahead and just play this game. We're going to do the same thing as we did, and we're going to quick manage the game. Obviously controlling the White Sox. We're in Houston. We're playing in the Astros ballpark. Max Fried, I need you to come through once again. Lineup facing Christian Javier. Do I want to make any changes? Santander, I love him, but I kind of want to just move him down. Keep the hot hitters a little bit different in the lineup. I kind of like that move. Tommy Pham, move him down. I think probably keep Tommy Pham in the 9 spot. I think that's going to be okay for us here. Yeah, I think I like this. I think I like the look of this lineup. Let's advance to the game, play ball. Batting is Trey Turner. Fly out, Robert strikeouts, but a single for JD Martinez. And then a fly out for Yandy Diaz. Okay, pitching to Kyle Tucker, pop out. Pena ground out, Yordan Alvarez fly out. Easy first inning on the mound. Santander flies out to start the second, followed by a Danny Jansen ground out. 1-2-3 inning. Max Fried on the mound, gets Altuve to fly out. And Chas McCormick hits a solo home run. That's not good for us. Mauricio Dubon lines out. Besides the homer, not a bad first 2 innings. I need some runs. Jake Berger, my 8-hitter, strikes out. Tommy Pham, my 9-hitter, grounds out. We need somebody to do something versus Christian Javier. And Trey Turner with the solo dinger to tie the game. Oh, I love you, Trey Turner, hitting those taters. That's huge. Robert follows with a pop-up. But we have tied the game. Let's see if Max Fried can hold on to it. It's a single to start for Yainer Diaz. Single for Jose Abreu. Runners on the corners. This is not good. And it's a 3-run homer for Kyle Tucker. It's a homer for Jeremy Pena. It's a flyout for Yordan Alvarez. But Max Fried just does not have it. A walk, a single. I got to go to the pitching change. I think that I need to put Jordan Montgomery in this game. I need a lot of innings. Fly out, fielder's choice. 5 runs for Max Fried. That's really not what we needed. Down 5-1. JD Martinez a double to lead off the 4th. Strikeout for Diaz. Strikeout for Santander. Ground out for Danny Jansen. Oh, no. Things are not looking good. Montgomery gets a ground down, a fly out, and a ground out. Max Fried did just not have it today. Brandon Drury leadoff double. Jake Berger flies out. Tommy Pham reaches on an error. This is where we need to take advantage of this. The top of my lineup, Trey Turner. I really could use a homer. He has 6 of them in the postseason. Grounds into a fielder's choice. A run doesn't score. And Luis Robert Jr. drives into a 2 RBI double. We're only down by 2. JD Martinez comes up, our designated hitter, with 2 outs, 2 for 2 in this game. And he hits a 2-run home run to tie it. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Game 7 of the ALCS, and we're tied at 5. Yandy Diaz follows it with a single. Can Santander keep the rally going? No, he's going to fly out. But we put up a 4 spot to tie this game. Jordan Montgomery facing Jeremy Pena gets him to ground out. Yordan Alvarez flies out, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th inning. Let's try to take the lead. Danny Jansen leads off with the flyout. Brandon Drury strikes out, and yeah, it's a 1-2-3 top of the 6th. We get a strikeout, we get a ground out, we get a line out. Nothing doing for either of us in inning number 6. I got to take advantage of Christian Javier being low on energy. Tommy Pham, you're 0 for 2. You're batting 156 on the postseason. He's my left fielder. Is there anybody that could do better? Is there anybody that wants it more than Tommy Pham? It doesn't look like it. Tommy Pham gets to face Rafael Montero, and he's 0 for 3. That's not great. Trey Turner gets a double, 96 speed and scoring position, only 1 down. And Luis Robert hits a double, and Trey Turner gets thrown out at home. With 96 speed? Really? What's JD Martinez going to do with 1 on, 2 outs? He's going to fly out. All right, Jordan Montgomery, this might be your last inning. We might have to go to the bullpen. Diaz leads it off with a single. He hits Jose Abreu. I think I got to go to a lefty. It is a lefty, though. Montgomery is a lefty. Do I have a lefty I really like in the bullpen? I mean, I could go to Jojo Romero. Let's pitch to contact versus Kyle Tucker. That was not the move. Oh, no. No, he hits a 3-run homer. Oh, I think we need a pitching change now. I think we got to go to Jojo Romero here. We strike out Pena. Alvarez grounds out. Jose Altuve single. McCormick single. We get a ground out. Down by 3. Down to our final 6 outs in the postseason. Pitching change. Ryan Presley comes in. Diaz grounds out. Santander pops up, and it's a fly out down to our final 3 outs. Jojo Romero gives up a homer to Yandy Diaz, and we're gonna just bring in a righty, Cano. Can't allow any more runs. I'm already down by 4. Stolen base, walk, RBI single, 3-run homer for Altuve. It looks like we're falling apart here. Inning number 9. Down by 8. Brandon Drury strikes out. Jake Berger grounds out. Tommy Pham draws a walk. Trey Turner drives him in. And Luis Robert Jr. strikes out to end our season. The Astros have defeated the White Sox in Game 7, 13-6. But we made it pretty far. We couldn't quite get to the World Series. Forced a Game 7 in the ALCS with those totally realistic trades we made all season. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Again, like, I don't know much about franchise. If I ever play it, it's just for fun. And I had a fun time doing this video. I hope y'all had a fun time watching it. If you did, maybe let me know by dropping a like. Feel free to subscribe for daily uploads on the channel. And I hope you enjoyed us trying something new for today's video. Thank you as always for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.